Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived an old lady. She was very old, with silver hair and gentle wrinkles decorating her face, but her eyes, they were bright, warm, and full of kindness. Everyone in the village loved her because she was always cheerful, even when life became difficult. She lived alone in a small house near a huge banyan tree. She had no children, and her husband had passed away many years ago. Yet, she never complained. Every morning, she would sit under the banyan tree, talk to people, listen to their worries, and always smile. In that village, people worked very hard. Some were farmers, some carpenters, and others worked in the tiny marketplace. Sometimes the rain didn't come, and the crops dried up. Sometimes people fell ill and couldn't work for days. Life was not easy, and many villagers often felt sad, stressed, or hopeless. One day, a young woman named Rada came to the old lady. Her eyes were red, and she was crying. Her face showed deep worry. "I don't know what to do," she sobbed. "My husband went to the city to find work, but he hasn't sent any money. My children are hungry, and I am scared." The old lady looked at her kindly and said, "Sit down, my child." Rada sat beside her under the banyan tree. The old lady spoke softly, "Tell me, what do you think will happen?" Rada wiped her tears and said, "I feel like something bad will happen. What if my husband never finds a job? What if he forgets about us? What if things get worse?" The old lady shook her head slowly and said, "My child, when we fill our mind with bad thoughts, our heart becomes heavy. But when we choose good thoughts, our heart becomes lighter, and sometimes life changes in unexpected ways." Rada asked helplessly, "But how can I think good thoughts when everything around me feels bad?" The old lady smiled gently. "Let me tell you a small story." Rada looked at her curiously. The old lady began, "Once, there was a poor man who had nothing, no food, no money, no family. He sat beside a river and cried. An old woman passed by and asked, 'Why are you crying, my son?' The man said, 'I have nothing. How can I ever be happy?' The old woman smiled and said, 'Look around you. You have the river, the trees, the sunlight. Nature is alive, and you are alive. If you keep thinking about what you don't have, your sadness will never leave. But if you look at what you do have, even small things, you will find peace." Rada listened carefully as the old lady continued. The man stopped crying and began noticing the beauty around him, the river's sound, the birds, the breeze. And slowly, his heart changed. He became calmer, stronger, and from that day, his life began to shift. The old lady then held Rada's hand and said, "You see, dear child, the man's life didn't change because of magic. It changed because he changed his thinking. When we think positive, our heart becomes stronger. And when the heart is strong, we can face any problem." Rada asked softly, "Will my thinking really change my life?" The old lady nodded. "Yes. When you wake up every morning and say, 'Today will be a good day,' you give strength to your heart. You get the energy to work, to take care of your children, and to wait for your husband with hope. But if you only think about fear, you will feel weak." Rada slowly nodded. "I understand. I will try to think good thoughts from now." "That is the first step, my dear," the old lady said with a warm smile. Rada left the old lady's house with a lighter heart. Every day, she remembered her words. Every morning, she whispered to herself, "Today will be a good day." She worked hard, fed her children, stayed patient, and prayed for her husband. After a few weeks, Rada received a letter from her husband. He had found a job in the city and was sending money home regularly. Rada's eyes filled with joy. She rushed to the old lady's house and shared the good news. The old lady smiled and said gently, "You see, dear child, when we think positive, we open the door for good things to enter our life. Problems will always come, no one can escape that. But with hope in your heart, you can overcome them." Soon, other villagers heard about the old lady's wise words. Many began visiting her with their problems, and she gave everyone the same advice: think good thoughts, and good will find its way to you. The villagers respected her even more, because her gentle wisdom brought peace, strength, and hope into their lives. She had taught them something precious: the power of positive thinking.